please.
Hello, we're back. We are live from London for the training days for the Professional Speakers Academy, and with me the very famous Cheryl Chapman.
Thank you very much.
And we are practicing here. Otherwise, also Define Your Why.
Yes.
We just start all over again. Define Your Why. That's her new book.
Yes, it's a new book. Find Your Why to Become Freaking Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to put the ESPN number in the post so they can check it also. But tell me about yourself for the people who don't know you.
Okay, so for the people who don't, hey Louise.
Yeah.
So the people who don't know me, 4 years ago I was in a job. A job, just over broke, as we say in English. I wasn't very happy. I kept moving every 2 weeks, every 2 years, looking for the right job. Kept thinking that people didn't recognise me for my talents. Felt like I was making somebody else rich. I don't know if you've ever had that sort of feeling. And then I went to an event, and this small guy from the UK was on stage, Andy Harrington, and he looked at me and he said, if you were to die tomorrow, who would mourn your loss? And I looked at the girl next to me and I said, well, I've got about 43 friends on Facebook. And she said, well, I don't think that's going to be a big party. So I ran to the back of the room and I bought the programme. I didn't even really know what the programme was about. And there's a bit of a joke that I joined the Professional Speakers Academy to find friends for my funeral. But here I was. I found this thing, this public speaking that I really, really loved.
She's amazing. She's really amazing.
Thank you.
She is, yeah.
I found that, I don't know why, but I just felt like this was going to be the right thing for me. And what I realise now is that this was my why, because I like to inspire people. A lady came up to me a few weeks ago and said, oh my gosh, Cheryl, like, I think you're great. And I was like, thank you very much. And she said, yes, until I met you, I thought I was too old and too fat.
Yes, it is.
I was like, I think that's a compliment.
It is.
Yeah, I think it is. So now I travel all over the world. I help other speakers to become really congruent and just be themselves, because, you know, this kind of fake, professional, polished thing is gone these days. I mean, this, you know, we're here now. We've literally had a full day. We've sat down now, put a bit of lipstick on, and we're ready.
We're ready. And the energy is back.
Yeah, exactly. So I help other people do that, and I also help them to find their why, because honestly, I've got like a full diary, fuller than I ever was when I worked for somebody else. But I enjoy what I'm doing, so it doesn't even feel like a job.
It's from your heart, and it's who you are, because really, I said she's amazing on stage, but she's talking from her heart, and sure, you're a little bit crazy also, but those elements make you so powerful, because you come inside me, but not only me, all the room, all the people who are listening to you, because you touch them in the heart with your story, and that's the strength, and then you're in the flow. So.
Yeah. And when you get in the flow, like, you know, really, the biggest thing that I learned this set was that the story, and when I'm on stage, isn't for me. It's not about me. And yes, I may be selling a product, you know, I may be going, oh look, buy my book, you know. But it's because I know that when you get the book, it's going to help you. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're miserable, if you're asking yourself, why am I here? I know that Find Your Why will help you to become even more freaking awesome. You know, a little bit like if someone wants to find out how to do speaking, you go to somebody who does speaking. If you want to find out about, you know, online marketing, then, you know, you come to a marketeer. It's about matching people who've got problems with people who have solutions. Ellen's asking how much it is. If you go to cheryl-chapman.com, the book is free. I just ask for shipping and handling charge to be covered.
And I will put the number and also the title of the book in the post, so you can click on it, and then also with the site of yours. That's better.
Thank you.
Make it easy.
Easy. Yeah, but when I'm on stage now, yes, I may be, you know, selling a book, selling a retreat, or whatever it is. But all I want to do is just make sure that I give the energy to whoever's in the audience, so that they can take away something, just one thing,
absolutely.
You know, at the minimum, that might help them, because 4 years ago there was nobody to help me.
No.
Nobody. And usually what I find is, you may know this, you know, the women who come to our events, they're strong women. They have success. Not in all aspects of their life, but they do have success. They do have strong capabilities. In fact, most people go to them for help.
Yes.
But who do they go to?
Yeah,
That's the question, isn't it?
That's the question.
Who do you go to when you're a strong woman? There is nobody, because the people who you're helping, you don't want them to think that, there's something wrong, and you don't want them to worry.
No.
And, you don't want to burden your partner, and,
No.
I love my husband to bits, but he doesn't understand me.
No.
He's a man. Why would he?
It's totally different.
So we create a space where people can come and they can just, take the mask off, be who they want to be, scream, shout, let it all out.
Yeah. And tell me something about a retreat.
The retreats,
Yes.
The retreats
He's going.
So we do 4 retreats a year in the UK, 2-day retreats, and we also do 2 international retreats in Marrakesh. And in both of the retreats, the reason why we do 2 is because some people have families and they don't want to take 7 or 8 days away.
No.
So the international ones are 7 or 8 days in one go.
Yeah.
And they're ideal for women who, or women at the moment. The men we will do a man retreat soon. But they're ideal for working women, possibly single or with older children, because they want to go away for a long period of time and really learn to implement the change. Mm-hmm. Or we do the 2-day retreats across the year, so that you can just have a couple of days away, if you've got children, etc.
Okay.
And on those retreats, we help people to take them from where they are now, which is might be feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
We do the usual yoga and the meditation, so there's relaxing, and we usually have treatments like massage, etc. But we're doing a lot of change work. So if you've got something that's stopping you and you don't know what it is, then you can come along to the retreat and we'll help you to find out what that is.
Yeah.
Because that's stopping you from finding your why.
Yeah.
Because your why is 2 things. One, of course, it's your purpose. Why are you here? The big why. The Simon Sinek, start with why. But it's also, why are you where you are right now?
Yeah.
And I know from my story, which you can read in the book, that I didn't know what was stopping me. In fact, I didn't even know I would have needed a retreat.
No.
That's what a lot of our women say.
Yes.
But when they come, they're like, oh my gosh. I mean, we had an example, Kerry, who was on our retreat recently, and she came along really just to support us because she'd been there at the start of my personal development journey 4 years ago.
Yeah.
She was at the event that I first went to, and yet she'd been around personal development for 11 years, and she didn't have her first breakthrough until she came to the retreat, because she'd been so strong for everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
And so here's the thing, in her job, she'd kind of just got to a certain level and it was okay, but she wasn't really living much. She wasn't laughing a lot. She was quite miserable, to be fair.
Oh.
And now she lives, loves and laughs every day. She's been chosen out of 1,500 people in her organisation to have this special training.
Yeah.
She's speaking to the directors now. She's going out and training other people, and her life has just changed. She's even got herself a boyfriend, which she wasn't really interested in before.
Oh my!
Because she didn't love herself.
It literally opens every door in the heart.
Opened every door. Yeah.
Wow.
Within. And that was just when she came away with us for 3 days.
Yeah.
And so she's officially the Wise Woman of the Year. I award a Wise Woman of the Year every year. And we're looking for wise women to join us to be able to facilitate. I want wise women in the next 100 years.
Yeah.
I probably won't be here, but in the next 100 years, I want wise women facilities all over the world.
Yes.
Because in Netherlands,
Yeah.
you know the culture better than I do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for wise women in Netherlands. I'm looking for wise women in Germany. I'm looking for wise women in Thailand, in Singapore and Australia.
Yeah.
Because that way, our message gets duplicated.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, when you're a woman, you are more about community, usually. And I know there are exceptions, gentlemen, and I'm sorry to,
There are some gentlemen. So also Ronald coming live. Hello.
Hello. So what we do is we do keep the men and the women separate to begin with, but we teach the women in the Live, Love, Laugh Lounge, and we have a man cave for the men. So I do work with men as well.
Listen, guys.
And the guys have had great breakthroughs as well. So I had a guy who was working in a network marketing business, selling perfume, who can't even smell actually. He can't smell perfume, but he was selling perfume.
Yeah.
And he got stuck. And within 4 weeks, he has not tripled his business, but tripled to begin with, and then tripled again his business.
Wow.
Because he was stuck.
Yeah.
And he's the man in his relationship. He's the guy. He was like, I can't go and talk to my wife about this. I'm supposed to be the man, right? So he came to the man cave, mixed with other men, and also Marion and myself, who's my business partner, Marion, who's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And we could see what his problem was. We helped him with the block. and then off you went.
Then you hit the right buttons.
Exactly, yeah. And we're not looking for people to stay with us in therapy, for years. We want to help you to be unblocked, and then you can go away and use the techniques and share them with other people.
And share them,
And then that way the world becomes a better place.
Oh, and then I'm going to help. I'm from the Netherlands.
You're a wise woman from Belgium. Fabulous, Catherine.
Yeah.
Louise wants to be a wise woman.
And she's wonderful, Catherine also, and Louise and Ellen is also live. I see all the persons coming.
So if anybody's interested, they can contact me at cheryl@cheryl-chapman.com. Just send me an email, connect with me on Facebook. And let's get the conversation going. I'm on a mission. I'm 53 years old. I'm also 53.
Wow.
Probably got at least maybe another 50 years in me, but time's ticking. Yeah,
the time's ticking.
So the time is
and
to
the
do it now.
message must be spread further on.
Absolutely.
Further on.
Yeah.
So.
If you're thinking, why am I here? What is there to life? Why me? If you're feeling any of those, then just please connect with us and let's make a change in the world.
I will be
oldies. Yay!
I will make all the sites and the things to know for the people and put quotes and everything. So that you will be also in Holland on the list.
Yeah, fabulous. And here's the thing, my story, very quickly, I'll give you a little bit of a taster. When I was 5 years old, my mum put a key around my neck. My dad was in the army, my mum was working. And she said to me, look, don't tell anybody, let yourself in when you get home from school. Be careful and don't let anybody in.
No.
And I'm a very good girl, so I did as my mum told me. And that's really good advice for a 5-year-old. But what I didn't realise was the block that I had, the reason why I kept moving and changing and everything, was because I was being careful. I kept those words in my subconscious, and that held me back for 48 more
That was
years.
your truth.
That's my truth. When that 48 years in total actually, so from the age of 5 to 48, so 43 years, not very good at maths. So for 43 years I kept being careful because I thought that's what I had to do, because I'd been told that. And I don't blame my mom, she did it for a reason at the time, but you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, so you don't know. So if you've got everything you want in your life, if you've got everything and everything's perfect, brilliant, you don't need us.
No.
But if you've got an area in your life, maybe one or maybe two, you have to get help because you can't do it on your own, and you shouldn't have to work it out on your own either.
But I also think the questions you ask now, and the people are giving the answers for, oh no, everything is perfect with me. If you're answering right now, then it's not perfect. You're hiding something.
Then come and find out, because it is, you don't know what you don't know.
No.
How can you say I need help in this if you actually don't even know what it is you need help in? So just try and find out. If it doesn't feel right, then let's have a look. We also have a genetic blueprint system. Fabulous. If you've ever done any kind of personality profiling, all I want to know is your date of birth, where you were born, and ideally the time you were born. And this will tell you what your why is. This will tell you why you were born, what you're supposed to do on earth. Mine is to inspire. That's my why. I know that now. And so every day, whatever I do, if I say, okay, is this going to help me inspire somebody, then I'll do it. And if it doesn't, I go, thank you very much, but I'm going to have to move on and do something that I need to do.
For somebody you want, you will receive it. It's, when people are blocking themselves, okay, maybe another time.
Exactly. And I meet great people. And I get to go on Facebook Live.
It's on Facebook Live. And I'm so grateful that you can take the time and to tell about yourself. And I really want to thank you, and also for all your wise advice and to be who you are.
Dank u wel.
Alsjeblieft.
Dank u wel.
Dankjewel voor het kijken. Thank you very much for looking and also for the interactions.
Thank you.
And we'll keep in touch. It will not be the last interview in London. Have a great night. Bye bye.